Where the heck is he? Hold on. I just want to videotape the lateness. 9 minutes late. It's not good. Look at him. So calm and collective. Problem. Let's go. This is the guy who would be late to his own funeral. Guy looks like he's packed for a weekend away. What's going? Oh, what is in the backpack? Look at you.
Yep.
My goodness.
Running late.
You're late for sure. Did you wear your lucky bloomers like we talked about?
They shrunk in the wash.
Even better.
What's baggage?
I don't know. What's going on?
Later.
Oh. You are 11 minutes late, by the way.
Too much baggage.
All right. What says you?
I hope the tide is good. That's what it says.
Well, you know what the numbers say.
I'm all about numbers and probability.
Negative 0.1, not a negative 1, so it's not going to be real far out.
It's all about probabilities.
The wind is in the right direction, but it's soft.
I like we have any good storms. This spot is touch and go.
All right. Can you put your seatbelt on, please?
It is on.
Good morning.
Oh, look at the dog.
Look at this monstrosity. Before they put that big hill up, I was finding a ton of bottles in there. Now they will be buried forever.
Hi.
Did you just make a noise? Look at this thing.
Up.
Look at this. Look. Bam. The whole length. At least we'll have a hill to sled on when it snows. Well, he's still putting his stuff together. Still running late. I'm picking up cool pottery pieces. If I could reach it. There we go. What's that say? Platinum plate, Lamberton. I don't know why I picked this up. I just like the maker's mark on the bottom. Platinum blue. Huh.
Well, this one I didn't expect. Not in a spot where I expected targets. And I pulled up a little chain with a charm on it. Second target of the day. First target was a weight. I came to this area because it looked low, it looked different than last time, and I'm starting to find targets. So I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. Great start.
Well, he's hanging back, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm getting to the hot spot first. But what if he found a hot spot back there? Well, we'll soon find out. Well, I just stopped in this first section here because I've got so much stuff building up in here. And I'm looking at some really cool pieces of slate. I wish I brought a bigger bag. I'd love to put that around my pond. But some rusted pieces here. Also saw some pretty cool writing on some bricks here. Bradford, PA, Hanley Company. I can't get into collecting bricks, but that's some pretty cool embossing right there. Anything in there? No. These pieces of metal. Tide wash here is pretty good. Nothing really striking my interest yet. All right.
Next target. I don't know if it's old, but that's definitely a Swiss Army knife. It's got a nice little badge on there. And if that's real wood, then this was preserved pretty good. But I don't know if it is. It looks kind of fake.
Now this will strike my interest any day. That's going to be about a $10 lure. And I'm going to be able to get all this fishing line out also.
Well, I think I'll keep grinding this spot out for a little bit. This is the third target and another little charm.
Well, first target of the day, again, another fishing weight, a little 1 ouncer. And just recently, these bad boys have been going up in price, so that may be similar to finding like a quarter. So I'm 25 cents ahead of my twin brother. I just feel like it's gonna be one of those days where I find more without the detector. Look at this thing, than with it. Now I know when you break your knife, it's a frustrating experience, but why toss it? A little flattened out musket ball. Always a good sign for age. Now, we're out deep, but we just can't seem to get deep enough. And man, oh man, was that a good signal. Can't always be gold. No, we're not getting too much today. Just not in the cards. This is a very, very old button. That at least is going to keep me in this area for a second.
Well, I don't know on this one, because I'm not in a very deep area. I'm shallow. And it looks like it's in the shape and color of a copper, but it's really thin. I would really have to try to find something to ID it with. But it's the shape.
Well, that's another flat button, but I'm much closer than I was before. And that guy seems to think he may have just found a very thin copper. So much for going out deep today. We might be finding stuff a little bit more shallow.
I don't know. Looks like it could be a silver. Don't quite know. This one will probably chip off. Don't quite know how old of a silver. But that one will chip. I've been digging the same hole, bringing up older nickels, but all the coins are beat up. And then this bad boy just popped out. It's got to be a copper. It's thin. I can't make much out of it right now. Look at the size and shape. Definitely a copper. Maybe one of these coins will come out clean.
All right, well, it looks like this week we got one big metal detecting trip in, and I'm gonna get right now, I hope, one big mudlarking trip because it's hot, it's humid, got a great low tide, there's no wind, and the only unfortunate part is I did not bring any bug spray. So I may have to absorb quite a few bites today, but I'm gonna stay as long as I can. It's funny how this whole place changes when it comes summertime. A, look at all these little hermit crabs. You have to be very careful not to step on. B, so much more starts to show up. You get a layer, almost like it takes a layer off, and I've got a lot more gravel to look at, which is what you always want to see. Stones are your friend. Thick mud, not so much. Well, I don't really know why it's interesting to find a comb, even if it's broken. There's no cap. But I tend to pick them up anyway. What's this little bugger? Huh. Look at that. It's a little shoe. Might be an old Monopoly piece. I don't recognize that circle at the end, but that's definitely a shoe. And because it's green, I'm either going to say it's copper or brass. Interesting. See that? I'm glad I picked up the comb. What are you? Huh. Look for those colors. Strange colors pop out. There's something here I just picked up. Although it looks plastic. Kind of like a disc. Maybe it's a playing piece, or is it? It's a green button. Maybe you're not plastic. Huh. Okay. Have any writing on you? Just worn out. Now these brown bottles with the ridges in it are typically poison bottles because they would put the ridges in there so at night when you're sticking your hands in the medicine cabinet you would know if you felt these ridges that may not be something you'd want to take a quick swig of. But these are much more common than the ones that actually say poison on it, or even better, have the skull and crossbones. Now, with all the time I've spent in this dump, I've only found one skull and crossbones poison bottle, but many of these. Well, this was a little bit of a surprise. Sorry about that one, because I haven't really gotten any big bottles out of here in a while. And it has some embossing on it. I believe it says Schaefer, New York, probably 60s maybe. But I like the embossing. And yeah, I might just take it. All right, just one of my helpful tips before I show you what I think I may have spotted here. When you're walking on mud like this and it's angled and it's a bit treacherous and you do have your boots on, but you certainly can slide, you want to move super, super slow, like you're in slow motion. Move slow, fall slow. Move fast, you're gonna fall fast. You actually have to kind of move like you're in slow motion. And then when you do slip, it's not coming from a lot of generated force. So what in goodness gracious is this little guy? I don't know if this is a bead or don't know what it is. Look at that thing. A strange little attachment point down there. It almost looks like it's the bottom of a light bulb, but that is definitely some kind of decorative bead. How cool are you? Well, it looks like it's going to be some kind of strange comb day. Sometimes I don't really care what I find. But when it has something written on it, Doppelt's High Point Brow House, it's always something cool because you can research it. Alright, although this might be a little bit on the newer side, I do collect mason jars, and this looks like it's a ball perfect. Got the embossing on there. It's got most of the junky lid still on there, but yeah, made in the USA. Ball perfect mason. This is probably again 60s. That junky lid that's on there. Should just be able to knock off. Clean that up and take it. Looks to be in great shape. Well, since I opened up a spot that might have a few things right here, I figured I'd videotape some of the scraping that I do. If I can angle this, so I can actually see where I'm scraping. Because I did just pull out another red button and a milk glass face cream. So I'll put my glove back on. You don't want to scrape, especially when you scrape aggressively without a glove on, because you might scrape and lose your footing and then slide your hand right into some of this broken glass. Which, remember, it's absolutely everywhere. I'm going to get a bottle right here. Oh, there it is. That's a mustard, but not super old. I'm not seeing anything really come out. There's another bottle in here. Small food storage. Another one coming out here. Another small food storage. Another bottle in here. And another food storage. Junk. I feel something up here. I can't really see it. There's another bottle here somewhere. Yep. Well, I'm getting into all the food storage bottles, that's for sure. There's like 5 of them now. Junk paper. No marbles, huh? Where's the marbles with all this stuff coming out? Now this is a pleasant shocker. I certainly didn't think this piece of brass was going to be anything. But as I cleaned it up a little bit and I started to see letters coming through, this is a kind of a bracelet. It says Anne on it, and if you can make that out to the right there's a bird, and to the left of her name, there's another bird inscribed in that. So this definitely was some kind of bracelet. Who knew?